And if you haven't been here before, you're here again. Welcome back to Horse Racing Radar TV, as we're going to get a little taste of Del Mar today in anticipation of what the track might look like for tomorrow's Breeder Cup, Saturday as well. The Breeders' Cup wagering guide, smart sheets, all of that good stuff available over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There's a link to Guaranteed Tip Sheet and today's free track in the description on YouTube. You can also find that over at horseracingtoday.net. Just click on that beautiful ad right there. It'll take you right over there. That way they know where you came from. At the end of the show, Terry will post our picks and thoughts for today's Del Mar. You didn't get a chance to earlier in the day. Thomas and I got together and did the international preview for all of the horses at the Breeders' Cup on the weekend. That was quite a long show. A lot of information, a lot of prep work. You don't want to miss any of it. So
it was really good. Yeah, I watched it. It was good.
Yeah, it was Terry. We were talking about Terry's budget over there, buying $2 million horses, and he was chiming in. He's like, "That's kid stuff, man. I go for the $10 million thing." Yeah. Speaking of $10 million, hopefully you played the late pick 4 yesterday at where do we go? Churchill yesterday, Terry, at Churchill Downs.
That's right. And you hit that last pick 4 for over $6,300.
Yeah, $48 ticket into $6,300. So I hope Stuart, I hope you played it. You're always asking for those big 4s. I have to say, unfortunately for me, I was so busy with the wagering guide, I just completely lost thought of where I was at, because I'm on about 4.5 hours of sleep, overdosed on caffeine, as I mentioned earlier in the day. So, all right, Terry, you and I are all about trying to do hopefully a repeat performance today at Del Mar, race number 1. You got an inside stalker's bias for this turf race, Terry. Smart sheets were a huge factor in me picking some of those horses yesterday. The first time starter, that was 15-1 or 19-1 that opened up.
Yeah.
Pick 4, and then the 11 horse was the top rated second race par ability. I paid over $30 to close that pick 4. This is a maiden race. Right, that's what we see here. So we want to pay attention again to that speed figure. Who's got a chance to beat it today, Terry?
Well, it looks like the 3 has done it in the past. He's also got a pretty good chance to do it today. All of them have a nice chance. They're all pretty close. 3 had the most speed of all the horses that have ran. And that 3 is probably going to get out to the front first.
Yes, you see also a 3-point last race speed figure for the 3. That's a good edge to get. Second race par ability, that's where that 11 came from yesterday. These horses are making their second start with normal upside. They could get to or above that 81 figure. You see here that the 1 horse Army Man's right on that. The 7, a little bit of wiggle room. 3, 4, and 8 want to be on the front. The 2 can pace himself a bit. The 6 and 7 closed. The 1 and 5, as we mentioned, today is their first day. Terry, let's get cracking with our first round of picks for Del Mar.
All right. So I like in this first race, Kid Charlemagne. I guess that's how you say it. Finished
Charlemagne.
Third. Yep.
Charlemagne.
Okay. Finished third last time out against stronger competition. Dropped class today and trained by a high ridden by high percentage winners. And then the 3 is my second choice, ran second versus similar last race. Best turf speed is fastest among today's starters and has a high percentage winning trainer. Lucky the 2 comes in from Ireland after finishing his debut race in 4th. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey and a good workout on October 25th. Then Army Man, the 1 is my long shot, finished at 4th in his debut after trouble at the start of the race, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
Well, the 3 is a yes horse. Got to have him in maiden races. Did run a top last race. Speed figure 3 points better than everybody else. Mighty Toro, the 7, is the top of the second race par ability horses. Could compete with the 3 if the 3 doesn't improve off its last effort. Army Man, another second race par ability horse. The rest are maybes and no's. And then the 7, the 2 horse Lucky. You did point out, Terry, that one does arrive from Ireland off of its debut. It also has second race upside. We just don't know how much. A 50-cent trifecta box for me with the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 7 to get started with the Benny and the bets in the $100 budget. And race number 2, maybe we'll have a pick 4. It's not part of our Benny and the bets budget. This one's 5.5 furlongs. You see there, the speed wins. Post positions are fair, except maybe 2 and 3. And if you're going to look for speed in race number 2, look no farther than, well, you got a few of them to look at.
Yeah, but the 3 and the 5 have the most, and they get out of there quickly. They could go head to head to that quarter pole.
Yeah, according to the race shape, though, both of them are EP types, so they can pilot or co-pilot. They're not necessarily going to jump for the front. Looks to me like those 3 and 5, Terry, according to our C-Zone, where we measure how likely today's race is to look a lot like their best performances. Those two could be in line for another good performance.
That's correct, as you can see there, although I can't see the numbers. There we go.
There you go.
The 3 has 78% and the 5 has over 60%. So they're way over the 50% threshold we like to see.
They got a pretty big class dropper over here in this Western Freedom, that 2-horse. Moving down 4.2 lengths. That's about as big a drop as I've seen, Terry. It looks like the jockey will give him every chance to take advantage of that drop.
Yeah, the jockey, both the 1 and 2 have good jockeys, and the 7 has a really good trainer, but I think the 2 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Winds of Freedom, a 3-point last race speed figure edge. It's also your simulation favorite. Shows up as your second rated top total pace horse with the 6 at the helm. In race number 2, Terry, as I mentioned, we're going to have a pick 4. So how will your pick 4, what horses might make it?
I like the 1 Unbreakable Trust has finished the money in 6 times out of 10 starts, won twice, and is unbeaten at today's distance. The number 2 Western Freedom drops in class today. Best start speed is fast among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then I like Winds of Freedom, the 5. He has won 2 races out of 4 starts at Del Mar, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and can go to the distance. And then the 6 Far Western ran second and last in his last race, has early speed running style, which will help his chances. So the shorter distance will actually be a plus. I'm going to play the very first Don Johnson Miami Vice pick 4, 1, 2, 5 with the 2, 3, with the 1, 2, 3, with the 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8, a $45 ticket.
I'm going to begin with Winds of Freedom with that top last race speed figure. 3 points better than everybody else. Andrew Beyer says that's good enough for him. It's good enough for me, especially when it's the simulation favorite. That stands to be better in the second start after a layoff. Number 2, Western Freedom takes a sizable drop. I mean, that's that 4.2 length drop in class. It's kind of suspicious to me. Number 6, Far Western, 3 consecutive speed figure increases in a row. You've heard me say it once. You've heard me say it probably 5,284 times. Barry Meadows in his book, The Skeptical Handicapper, 3 speed figure increases in a row. Alpha angle that wins at least 15%. And chance to make it 4 speed figures in the third start after layoff. Runabouty run. There you go. The 3-horse could get to the lead, has the top C-Zone. My pick 4, I'm going to go 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 2, 3, 6, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 5. That is another $48 ticket. Race 3, they're going to be one of the, I think there's a few of these today, Terry. I don't remember exactly how many. We're going to run a mile on the turf. It is another maiden race. So with those maiden races, again, that speed figure of 81 is something you really want to pay special attention to. In the third race, Terry, how many have hit 81?
Well, it appears to me only the 2 has done that, although the 1, 3, and 5, and 8 have come within 5 points of doing that. And, of course, today looks like the 2 has the best chance to do it again.
It also looks like the 2 wants to be at least a co-pilot. Everybody else middle back with the 1 and 6, not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. And the 7 today making its debut with a first-time score of 2.21. Yeah, usually we want something around 2.5. That 2-horse, Terry, big early 4-point last race speed figure edge, big simulation favorite in there, as well as the only yes horse. Anybody going to take out this 2 in race number 3?
Well, let me take a look here and see what I think. I think the 3 might do that. Honey's Choice. He's a runner-up top trainer and jockey, strong 5 furlong workout. And then number 2 drops in class, fastest turf speed among today's starters, and has a top percentage winning jockey. And that trainer-jockey combination in the last 11 starts won 3 times, 4 times places. And then I like the 4th, my third choice, Born to Rock, a strong closer who was blocked in his last race, paired with a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then Raging Inferno, the 7, my long shot. He's that first-time starter whose breeding suggests he'll like the grass, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, I'm going to begin race number 3 with the 2. Brigante, the only yes horse, did run the top last race speed figure. 3 points better than everybody else, and taking a pretty big drop against this field. Honey's Choice, the 3 horse. Boomer Bust, it's its 3rd career start. Number 6, American King, otherwise known as Richard. Today's 2nd race upside long shot like yesterday. The rest of them are no's and maybes. You never know. And then number 8, Green Screen. Tough call over the first timer to 7 for me, but trainer Graham Motion stretching this horse out for the first time. That's a 27% angle for Mr. Motion, who normally wins at 18%. That's some excess return, or as they call it in the stock market world, alpha. This is a 9-race card, Terry. Race number 4 is on our agenda next. Let me just pop the appropriate things up in here as I multitask. 5.5 furlongs again. So speed does pretty good, Terry. The post positions are mostly fair, except maybe 2 and 3 have a little bit more of a difficult task. And oddly enough, those 2 look like they're going to go forward.
Yeah, they have the most speed, and they're pretty close to one another. So another pair that could go head to head.
Yeah, if we look down here at the race shape, you have 4 that want to be on the front, 2 that want to close. Be the speed of the speed or be one of these closers is probably the way to win. Looks like a couple of these horses up front, though, Terry, might prefer today's pace.
Yeah, that 2 and that 4 are way above the 50% threshold that we like to see. So
the 1 horse of the closer is getting the top score, although the 5 really not all that far behind. The 1 horse improved 5 ways last time out, so better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, better fractions, as did the 4. Teeing off, something I'll be doing Saturday morning. Terry, who's going to be teeing off on the top jockey trainer?
We'll take a look there. That 5 has the best jockey and trainer, so it's probably the best trainer-jockey combination.
Hello, Lauren. How are you? Good to see you today as well. Hopefully, yesterday I graded out well with your consolidated picks. Looking at the 1 horse, 1 smoking dude, 4-point last race speed figure edge. Although the 3 in here, Mr. Machu Picchu, that one is a big simulation favorite, as well as your top total pace in there, Terry. In the 4th spot, who takes home the top prize?
Well, I like in this race the 1 smoking dude finished 2nd versus similar last time, tied for the fastest speed among today's field, and the trainer wins 21% of the claiming races he has horses running in. Number 2, Cultural, finished 2nd on the turf last time, has an early speed that suits a shorter distance, and he's trained by someone who wins 20% of the races when switching a horse from turf to dirt. And then the 3 is my 3rd choice, finished 3rd versus similar in his last race. Best start speed is fast among today's starters, and he has a bullet workout October 22nd. The 5, Magic Connection long shot. He can improve by returning to dirt, and he has a bullet workout at 3 furlongs October 27th. I think this is a wide open race, so I'm going to start my pick 4, Miami Vice Don Johnson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the 1, 3, 5, 6, 8. Finish with the 3, 6. Finish up with the 2, 6 $50 ticket.
I'm going to go with the 2 horse Cultural. The reason being, this one is making this 2 starts in a row for the very first time in its career. I call that a finally healthy horse. It does have the biggest in race. One of the, again, making 2 starts in a row for the first time. I was ahead of myself by a race there, Mr. Terry. Then the 1 horse, 1 smoking dude. Only yes horse, as I pointed out, was better 5 ways last time out with the top last race speed figure, 4 points. I am a touch worried about this one regressing because it was off from December to October. That's almost a year. And whenever horses are off for a long period and they come back to run a career best, a lot of times they take a step back in that second start after a layoff. Number 3, Mr. Machu Picchu, that one, super consistent, but usually goes forward and then fades at the end of the race. A little workout between starts might mean that's going to change today. And then 5, Magic Connection, return to dirt and distance where he has his only win. Could be a big-time hamburger helper. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then 3, 6, 7 for a $45 ticket for me. The Keystone Race in Del Mar, where the surf meets the turf. Race number 5, Terry, is a mile and a 16th on the turf. Again, let me manage a few things here at once. You see here outside closers do pretty well. In the case of the smart sheets, Terry, who is a closer in here?
Well, you can take a look and see that 4 is a pretty good closer, followed up by the 2, but the 4 looks like the best.
Yes, the 4 has a 5-point lead. Every 5 points equals 1 length. So if that 4 is remotely close coming out of that turn, they could have a very difficult time holding it off. Plenty of speed, too, for those closers to chase. You got a lot of folks up here, 5 out of the 8 horses, so 62.5%, if I remember my math correctly. Want to be middle forward. That should favor horses coming off the pace there, Terry. Looks like the 2 horses that are coming off the pace have the best chance to get a trip that matches their winning performances.
Yeah, the 4 and the 5 are way above that 50% threshold we like to see, so they're going to be very comfortable in this race.
Yeah, the 5 is going to have to overcome a pretty difficult jockey-trainer combination. There are others that you have in mind that might be a better fit.
Well, the 1 has got the best jockey, the 2 the best trainer, but I think the 1's the best trainer-jockey combination.
4 is your simulation favorite. 8 is likely your early pace. And then the 4 is your top total pace horse with that late speed. Terry, in the 5th race, it looks like you agree. The closer gets the job done.
Yeah, I like that 4 Corporal Valette. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. Best turf speed is fast among today's starters. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then Queen Sienna, the 6, with 7 wins from 14 starts in South America, comes to the USA and has a top jockey, Mike Smith, aboard. She's been training regularly for her U.S. Debut. Then I like Delightful Laura, the 8, ran 2nd versus similar in the last race, can improve with blinkers added today, has a high percentage winning trainer as well. And then the 3 starts now as my long shot, ran 6th as the favorite last out. Now has a trainer who wins 25% when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, drops in class, and paired with the top jockey. No additional bets for me here.
So the 4-horse Corporal Violet is your simulation favorite. Biggest in-race edge that fits their track bias with that 5-point late speed edge and your top total early pace plus late place horse. Delightful Laura. It's always nice when Laura's are delightful. This one could delight up on the lead, but might have too much competition up there. Queen Sienna, that 6-horse. Mike Smith on a Peruvian Invader. Workouts are okay. I don't know about Peruvian horse racing, though. 7, She's a Joker. It was a tough call for me over the 3 starts now, but I'm going to take Irad, and I'm going to take the better late speed. $5 exact key box 4 with all those late legs over the 6, the 7, and the 8. Race number 6 is going to start the late pick 4. Terry, 3 of them. Pretty unusual. Usually there's only 2, if I remember correctly, out west, but all right. Yeah. 6 furlongs, early speed on the outside for the Buffalo Girls in another maiden race for, I don't know, the 5th time today already in 6 races. Just a little bit of an exaggeration there, but does look to me like you want to pay attention to that early speed number. Come on, draw button, work for me. 80 points being the par speed figure in race number 6. Terry, any of them gotten to that number?
Yeah, you can take a look there and see that 3 and that 6 both have done that. And as far as what's going to happen today, all but the 1 has some kind of data or percentages that they'll be able to do it today.
Yeah, you see a bunch of no's in there. So immediately you got to come over here to the first-time starter. 2 things to pay attention to. The 2-horse does have a back bullet. That overrides the 2.5 requirement. And then the 7-horse, 2.64. So above the 2.5 requirement. And then we see second race par ability out of that 5, West Fresno. That can get to as high as 85 points, which is clear, with a little bit of headroom over that 80 figure, Terry. Our race shape shows us that 5-horse in its early career has a great chance to get to the front. The 1, the 3, the 6, they want to close. The 4, hasn't been close yet. 2, 7, and 8 today marks their debut. Terry, is that 5 based upon one race going to be comfortable out there?
Yeah, it sure is. It's got a 72.82%, and that means it'll be pretty comfortable out there in that front.
Yeah, good chance to follow up its debut with a good one. And look at that, Terry. Woo, that one's got a great chance to be on the front, about a length. Or the 3, the closer over there, Terry, Amelia's Echo. Is it going to be, Terry, the morning line favorite and the closer? Or is it going to be the speed and the top total pace? The hare or the tortoise? Which did you pick?
I like the 3, Amelia's Echo. Finished third versus similar to last race. Best start speed is fast among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. And then 6, Clubhouse Cutie. Drops in class today, has the second best prime power number in the race. Number 8, My Kimmy, is a first-time starter whose dam has 3 winners from 3 starters. Breeding suits today's distance and has a high percentage winning jockey, or she does. And then number 1, Turkey Bird. She can improve while returning to dirt and drops in class today. And so that's it for me. On my Miami Vice pick 4, I'm going to play the 1, 3, 6, 8 with the 2, 6, with the 3, 4, 7, 11, with the 2, 3, 4, a $48 ticket.
All right, so I'm going to start with the 5-horse West Fresno. Second race par ability puts that one in the lead and perhaps in the winner's circle. The 3-horse, the tortoise. If the hare doesn't win, we'll take the tortoise. Yes horse, simulation favorite, and by far the most late kick. Number 6, Clubhouse Cutie. It's the other yes horse, and you got to have the yes horses in maiden races. And then finally, I'm going to take a bit of a flyer here with the 2-horse Anti-Up Tony. Is the first-time starter with the back bullet on October 17th. 5 furlongs, 59-1. That's quick enough for me to consider. I'm going to hope that 5-horse at a decent price gets out to the lead and holds it, or maybe just loses it at the wire for a $5 exacta key box. 2, 3, 6, and 7. Speaking of 7s, Terry, that's the next race on our agenda. This is a $100,000 Let It Ride stakes. Pretty good pool of money in there, Terry. Inside stalkers do pretty well. So if you're looking for horses that are going to be middle forward in this $100,000 race, well, there's one horse for sure that's going to be forward and everybody else kind of following behind.
That's right. The 7's going to show the most speed in here. So, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And the 7 also, Terry, is a left arrow horse. He's a PC type when the 2 and 5 want to go forward. The others have some versatility, though, so they're not going to be able to stall their way around the track. 4 wants to close, Terry, in this $100,000 race. Who's likely to get the trip to the winner's circle?
Well, let me see. Raise it up a little bit there. It looks like they all have a chance to do it, but that 2 has the best chance at 90.25%, followed up by that 6. They'll be very comfortable, and I'm going to answer Michael Herbert's question. Yes, Rich hit that pick 4 in the last race for $6,300 for a $48 bet. So you should be paying attention. He's a really good handicapper. So
well, the smart sheets, Terry, I got to tell you, and I don't want to break my own arm on my own back. It's not what I do, but as far I haven't quite seen anything, especially when you're looking at like these maiden races and horses that are making their second time starts. Really quite helpful in that regard. Speaking of which, the 7-horse Mescalero does have second race par ability at 99, so it could hit triple digits. That is stakes level stuff. 90 is the speed figure number there, so plenty of headroom in that one, Terry. Friendly confines, that's Chicago, that's Wrigley Field. They ain't playing baseball there, so they ain't doing anything there. It's kind of cold out, but next summer there'll be concerts and baseball again. That, along with the 7, is your top total pace horse, Terry. The 4 horse is your simulation odds. The 7 horse can go all over the place. Who do you got in the biggest race of the day?
Well, in this 7th race, I like the 2. Finished in the money in both of their starts at Del Mar, winning one of the races. Likes the distance, has a high percentage winning trainer, and he's my pick of the day. Number 6, Friendly Confines. Won his last race at Del Mar, has the highest last speed rating, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. I like the 4. As my third choice, he's won 2 wins out of 5 starts. He benefits from a trainer who wins 29% of the non-graded stakes races. that he has horses running in, and he has a successful jockey. And then the 7, my long shot, won his debut race at Santa Anita and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play 20 win, 20 to place on number 4. And then I'm going to play a $10, I'm sorry, at number 2. And then I'm going to play a $10 exacta on the 2-4 exacta box on the 2-6. And then I'm going to play a $10 exacta 2 on top with the 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, I like the 7 horse here with that second race par ability, Terry, of 99. That one can get to the front perhaps and stay there all the way around the track. If it does, I'd be happy about that. Number 3, Hiding in Honduras. That sounds like fun. Maybe over his head in this race, but just absolutely demolished a field at Presque Isle Downs on the all-weather. And something similar in this race would translate to turf. Then the 6 horse, Friendly Confines, that top last race speed figure, 5 points. Better than everybody else. And any of its last 3 races would probably be good enough to win today. And then the 4 horse, Geometry, was a very difficult call for me over the 2 horse, Tempest Volat. But you got to make difficult calls. That's what we do. $6 to win on the 7. Race 8, 2 races to go. This is the beginning of the late daily double. Terry, before we do the late daily double, just a quick reminder that Tom and I did the International Horse Preview over on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out for the Breeders' Cup. I don't know, what do we cover, 50 horses, Terry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tom did the Melbourne Cup too, so if you're going to bet that. And Terry, and if you want to make sure you don't miss anything that we do, whether it's Breeders' Cup previews, whether it's Churchill, Del Mar, Parks Monday and Tuesday, how do you make sure you watch and win?
Well, you make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel or any of our other social sites. And on the YouTube channel, you hit that little bell. That'll notify you about all the different programs we got coming up. And then go ahead and copy the link below and save it or send it to people you know so they can come check us out. Go to our social sites such as Facebook, TikTok, X, Threads, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Horse Race the number 2 day, and give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep these comments and any picks that you might have coming, as we like to see them.
So in the 8th race, it's another one of these maiden races, 6 furlongs. Again, speed does pretty well, particularly on the outside. Here again, we're looking at these par speed figures, 83 being the number. Does look like a few of them in this race. Terry, I was going to call you Tom. Too many T's on a Thursday, I suppose.
Yeah.
Who's looks like 3 of them got a chance to do it, Terry.
Yeah, that's right. If you take a look there, you'll see that 7, 9, and 11 all have equaled or exceeded the speed par number in the past. And most of these horses have a chance to do it today, at least some small chance, other than there's a couple of zeros in there.
You got a bunch of first-time starters over in here, Terry. Some high scores in there as well. Way over that 2.5 marker. Woof, wide open race, Terry. Maybe you want to look at some of the jockey-trainer combos, and if you were, where would you look?
Well, I think the 4 is the best jockey, and the 8's the best trainer, but the 4 has the best jockey-trainer combination, along with that 2.97 figure that you have there.
Yeah, you got a couple that want to be on front, the experienced trio of co-pilots, 1 closer, and then half of the field wants to run their first race today. If you're looking for the simulation odds from experienced horses, the 9. If you're looking for the top total pace, it's the 11. They both pop up in there, Terry. I have some thoughts on this race. What are your thoughts on this race?
Well, I like the 7. Tommy Norris finished second against similar competition in last race, has the joint fastest dirt speed among today's entrants, and is trained by a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like number 11, Another Bullet. Ran second versus similar on the turf in the last race, can improve while returning to dirt, and his best dirt speed is fast among today's among the average speed. And then number 4 is my third choice. He's a first-time starter, has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer, and 2 bullet workouts in a row. And then I like number 3, Low Tox, debut runner with a sire who wins 23% of the starts, and a dam with 1 winner from 3 starters. Breeding favors today's sprint distance. Recent 5 furlong workout October 22nd and has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
Well, I'm going to take a look at this race from a different perspective. You know, you got to put him in buckets, Terry. You got to put him in the first timer versus the horses with experienced buckets. All of the horses that have experiences have had plenty of chances to win, even the yes horses. So I just said, bleep it. I'm going with all first-time starters, 2, 6, 4, and 3, and a 50-cent trifecta box for me. Good chance to get some good prices in here, and probably an excellent opportunity to lose on my pick 4. Last race of the day for you and me, Terry, end of the week, is race number 9. In this case, they're going to go 1 mile on the turf again. I did mention that there was going to be 3 or 4 of these races. You see here that inside stalkers do good. For the last time, and I highly encourage you folks to use the explanations there's a link to the explanations both on the story that we will post over at horseracingtoday.net, as well as a link to today's smart sheets. I would really learn how to use that data, folks. It really helps. And then secondly, you'll have our picks, our thoughts right there. Hit that HRT gear button right over there. Get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat, a purple number 10 shirt for the Breeder Cup Spirit. And then again, a guaranteed tip sheet for sure. Go on over there. Use the ad right here so you can go over there and get the wagering guide and the smart sheets for Friday and Saturday for those huge races at Del Mar. This one's not so big, Terry. It's an optional claiming 80,000. That ain't bad. Nope. Stalkers do good. Who will be up front?
Well, it takes a look there. It's going to be the 196. All 3 of those have a very good chance to get out there and get to that front.
Well, if you look at the race shape down here, Terry, that 1 and the 9, they want to be out front. That's where they're going to be. Everybody else in that closing position. This race could favor a few horses. None of them really look like the up front ones are going to get a great trip. It looks like a couple of closers. Who are they?
Yeah, the 2 and the 3 have the best numbers there. But, you know, most of these have some kind of a figure. But those are the best 2. They'll probably be the most comfortable here.
Yeah, just pretty much all of them have shown that they can get to par or almost, except for the 3. Mbaya, Terry, these races tend to go towards jockeys and trainers. And if that's the case, who are your top choices?
Well, the 5 has the best jockey, followed up by that 2, but then the 3 has the best trainer. But I think the 5 is the best trainer-jockey combination.
In Tigerish. All right. So over here, the 1 is your simulation favorite and your top total pace favorite. Terry, who is your favorite to bring home the last race of this week?
All right. So in this last race, I like the 4. Take Another Card, finish 3rd versus Tougher in the last race, drops in class today. Has a trainer wins 29 or 26% of the races the second time using Lasix, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And then I like the 2, the Mizzen Queen, came in after coming in from Ireland to U.S., finished 2nd in the first race, and then won the next start. And she's got a high percentage winning trainer and can handle the distance. The 3 is my 3rd choice. Finishing the money in all 3 career starts, has a 1 win and has a high percentage winning trainer. She has placed in Ribbons, has placed in 4 of 5 starts, won once, holds the top speed figure for today's distance and the turf among today's field. No additional bets for me here.
Take Another Card. We'll take another trip. The 4 horse was your best bet yesterday, wasn't it, at the last race? Or no, it was a different race. It was the day before the 4 horse.
Yeah,
won the last race. Well, maybe you can do it again today, every other day. It is the most consistent horse in the field. It's going to make its first start after a layoff, and the only other history you have is its debut, and it came out running strong. So maybe this is one of those first time off the bench types. Ribbons is your simulation favorite, is by far your best par plus horse. That's when we take a look at 1,000 simulations to see how often they hit par or better. So 557 out of 1,000 times, Ribbons in our simulations scored 84 or better. Then the 2 horse, the Mizzen Queen, some of the best turf breeding, some of the best workouts. And then 7, I'm going to take a little bit of a flyer here, has stakes late level speed at times and does have the best published workout between starts. So maybe this horse's lights came on. No additional bets for me either. here are our full picks for the day. Take a look at that. They haven't run yet. I think they start in about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
something like that. Yeah.
And I'll be long gone for that. Race number 1, trifecta box for me. Race number 2, the first of the pick 4s. Race 3, nothing. Race 4, another pick 4. Race 5, an exacta key box. Race number 6 is another pick 4 and an exacta key box. Race number 7, Terry's best bet. I got a little bit to win on something else. I hope it doesn't screw us both up. Race number 8, a trifecta box with all those first-time starters, and then nothing else to show the rest of the day. That wraps up a very long, tiring week, Mr. Terry. For me, I'm sure that everybody's looking forward to the Breeders' Cup tomorrow. Again, get all of that stuff over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Use the links provided in the description on YouTube, as well as horseracingtoday.net. Any final thoughts of wisdom from you?
Well, yeah, I'm going to answer Private Ross's question. He wants to know if the jockey on my best bet's a good jockey for my best bet today. I would have rather had another one, although the jockey can always excel. And so I guess that's all I can say about that. Other than that, I hope you guys, whoever's going to play the Breeders' Cup or watch it, whatever, enjoy it a lot. I'm really looking forward to it. I got a lot more work to do today, including looking at Rich's wager guides. He does such a good job, and use those sheets, the fast sheets. No, they're
Smart sheets.
I'm having problems today. I'll tell you. I was up late, got up early to work on stuff. So anyway, yeah, smart sheets. That's what it is. Other than that, just stay, safe and have a good day.
Yeah, no matter what you're doing for the rest of the day, I'm sure many are going to be getting prepped for the Breeders' Cup. Make sure, again, you use the resources that we make available for you. It won't be perfect. That I can promise you. But I can tell you, nobody anywhere is more prepared. So as you spend your Thursday prepping for the Breeders' Cup or just trying to make ends meet, we certainly hope that you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing you do until we get together again on Monday ends up in
the winner's circle.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. Make it a blessed Thursday. We'll see you on Monday.